Atrazine has been out for many years. It's been used in corn and various other crops for a long time. It's a good product, but here's the problem with atrazine: it leaches.
Well, that's definitely an issue. And the other thing, when it does leach, it can move quite a ways down, and it can actually end up in water and show up on a water quality test. And when you see whatever, 1 part per million of atrazine in your water, well, that gets people nervous, because atrazine, that's a pesticide. That's scary. And I'm not saying that I ever want to see atrazine in a water test. I don't ever want to see that happen. But there's certainly a lot worse things out there than atrazine.
Well, yeah, and just to give you some data, and write this down, this is good stuff when you're talking to non-farmers, because they freak out about, oh, these pesticides are so dangerous. Most of them, absolutely not. That's completely untrue. Look at atrazine, for example. Okay, the LD50, so you can write this down. The LD50 of atrazine is 3,000 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. Do you know what the LD50 for table salt is? It's exactly the same. It takes the same amount of table salt to kill you as it does atrazine, all right? But if somebody found atrazine in the groundwater and they found salt in the groundwater at the same levels, which one would they be talking about? Okay, now you can also write this one down. Caffeine. You know how much caffeine it takes to kill you? Well, the LD50 is 200 milligrams per kilogram. In other words, what I'm saying is it takes 15 times more atrazine to kill you than caffeine, yet many Americans consume caffeine every single day, and we don't even think twice. Well, seriously,
I was just thinking of the line outside of a Starbucks or a coffee house in the morning.
Yep.
And people willingly taking that risk, Brian, every day.
Well, seriously, they're willingly taking poison. Now, I realize I'm just going way overboard with that, but just understand, it's the same thing as always. The dose makes the poison. We don't want to see atrazine in the groundwater. So how can we prevent it from getting in the groundwater?
First of all, don't use it soil applied. Save it for post-emerge applications. And this is where we differ from many of the major ag chem manufacturers, from many of the ag retailers across the country.
If you look back at almost all the atrazine ever found in groundwater, it's been traced back to pre-emerge use. Quit using it pre, and we pretty much solved the problem. So spray that corn when it is a foot tall or less, use a ½ pound per acre or less, never use atrazine pre-emerge, and we're not going to have any more atrazine issues for the most part around the world.
Well, one of the weeds that atrazine does get added into the tank mix to try to help with is our weed of the week. We'll show you how to stop this weed coming up next.